Salut, Brioche Boy here, and today on Is It Worth It? I'm going to review a recently popular game, Stardew Valley. I'm still pretty early on in the game, just getting to my 3rd season, but I've seen plenty enough to talk about it. Now this is a farming simulator, RPG, town management kind of game. It shares great similarities to other games like Animal Crossing, Rune Factory, and Harvest Moon, though some people say it is better than all of these combined. I'll cover some major aspects of the game to let you know if it's worth buying. The art in this game is all pixel art. It usually gives everything a cutesy feel, like in Harvest Moon Magical Melody, but at some areas and during some times, the art can be extremely beautiful. Considering it is pixel art, it has a great attention to detail, and it has lots of detail put in. The sounds in this game usually fit in this cutesy category too. This is largely because most actions are quick, so any sound effects have to be interesting and cute. Nevertheless, the soundtracks are amazing. They change based on season, and it helps not only solidify the season, but also immerse you in it, though the music tracks in the town, shops, and homes don't change, and they can get slightly repetitive. The farming is pretty typical for what you get in other farming simulators. You till soil, plant, and water, and watering as usual is pretty annoying. It's time consuming and tedious. Plants usually take a long time to grow, and some will keep producing until the next season, which is pretty typical. They have sprinklers you can make that will automatically water plants, and scarecrows that will prevent crows from eating your seeds. Besides this, I haven't seen much innovation in that area. The animals are cute. They have a heart-love system that you improve by interacting with them. As far as I know, you can't hand feed the animals like you can in other games. Regardless, refilling the hay can get pretty annoying and tedious too. The animals and plants will give you plenty of products that you can sell as is, or improve with a machine, like the mayonnaise machine or the pickling barrel. But these usually take a good deal of time to process. I wish they were just instantaneous, so I either don't have to spend my whole day processing my goods, or I don't have to miss out on extra money. This is why I usually make money other ways. Wild plants will grow around the world that you can pick and sell or do whatever you want with them. They'll change as the seasons do. Foraging is a skill that you can upgrade, and foraging will unlock new items you can make, so I would recommend doing it. It's pretty easy since you just pick up stuff you see while you're on your way. Fishing is probably the part I dislike most. I have so much trouble with it, and I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or if it's just broken. You have to click to move the green bar behind the fish icon. The problem is, the green bar has some weird gravity on it, so it'll drop extremely fast and then bounce off the bottom, making it harder to stabilize. The fish icon also moves super fast and erratically. Thus, keeping the green bar behind it is nigh impossible. I don't know if it's just me or what. I know things improve as you fish more because you get a better rod and level up your skill, but I can barely do it enough to get to that point. Mining is the most lucrative field in the game. You go to the cave and just go down level by level and mine. It's also reminiscent of Harvest Moon and other games. But all the money doesn't mean it's perfect. While simple and straightforward, mining can be a pain. It ends up draining most of your energy without giving you anything, well besides stone. And most of the time you're just mining to find the next ladder so you can go down another level. And the one thing that's bothered me is the crystals. So far I've seen no use for them. They don't drop anything or do anything. In Harvest Moon, they could give off gases that could give you a boost or hurt you. In Stardew Valley, I have not seen them do anything yet. While in the cave, you'll notice plenty of monsters. The variety will change depending on the floor you're on. This also means you have combat. And this is where some of those RPG elements come in, since you can equip weapons, armor, and rings. The combat is pretty smooth and a nice addition. It adds a different element to the game that the Rune Factory has. Though this can amount to button mashing, since enemies can attack and you want to use the kickback to keep them from hitting you. My big issue is with the directional fighting. Once again, I don't know if it's just me or what. But when you're fighting, you have your character direction and your mouse direction. This can cause issues if they're not aligned, and you attack too fast. If you face one way and your enemy moves, so you click in a different direction, your character will not move. Though this only happens sometimes. It is most noticeable with flying enemies like bugs and bats. They can move in any direction and like to come in at a diagonal. Since the combat does not work in a diagonal, you can't line up properly all the time to hit the enemy. Not to worry though, because dying is not a big issue. I haven't died once, and it took tons of hits to get to low health. You're able to create all sorts of decor for your farm, and you have the freedom to design it as you wish. I will say that some of it can be a bit confusing. For instance, I was making a stone fence and needed a gate. At this moment, I only have a wooden gate, and I don't know if that improves or not, but I built one and I placed it, and it wasn't a gate. I put two next to each other, and it didn't work. Eventually, I figured out you have to put two wood fences on either side of the wooden gate and it forms. I'm not sure why it had to be like that because it seems pretty convoluted. Why couldn't it work with just stone fences? Why can't the fence be standalone? Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but who knows. Besides building your own stuff, you'll rely on the carpenter to upgrade your existing buildings and to create new ones. These are all big purchases and will be pricey in money and resources. You can place them anywhere there is clear land, so remember to clean up the area before you go to the carpenter. You can also upgrade your tools, which will become necessary pretty early on. You need upgraded tools to clear out your farm. To do this, you have to give the blacksmith money and enough metal bars for the type you want. Then he takes away your tool and tells you to come back in a few days. So during this time, you won't have access to that particular tool or the blacksmith's shop. And he won't tell you it's done through the mail. You just have to go back when you do and see if it's done. When it is done, however, you'll have much more access to the world. You get plenty of quests early on, and they're set up partially as a tutorial and just to help you get started. After you finish the early game quests, they become pretty scattered and may require you to have certain things, or they'll just be completely random. Some quests you won't be able to finish until the next year. If you want more consistent quests, there's a job posting outside the main shop. Every few days, someone will have a random quest that will reward money and make them like you more. These can be totally random, asking for items, kill quests, etc. The other main goal and project is the community center. There are multiple broad categories with quests within that ask for specific items. Fulfilling the items for one request will give you a reward. Filling the entire category will give you a bigger reward shown at the bottom of the page. One of the first quests is to meet everyone in the town. This helps you learn people's schedules and homes, and it's also kind of difficult. The initial goal is about 28 people, but there are 39 total characters in the game. 10 of them you can marry. They're split evenly into 5 men and 5 women. There are no gender requirements or specifications, so you can marry any of these characters no matter who your player is. You'll end up interacting with at least a few people daily. These give you a few conversations that rotate. As you get closer to these people, you'll unlock new conversations, questions, and cinematics. Just as in other games, you give people gifts to make them like you more. The likes and loves can be pretty random, so you'll have to test your luck, learn through dialogue, or look at a guide. Also in this game are birthdays and events. I'm not sure how big an effect birthdays have, at least early on, but they are mentioned. Each month there are 2 town events. A certain section of the map is blocked off until the event starts, and it lasts the whole day. You can interact with everyone, and when you want to start the event, talk to the mayor. Some of them have activities that are relationship based, so keep that in mind. The game does keep some secrets and hide things around. If you see worms in the ground, hit them with a hoe and you'll unearth an artifact, a random item, or a book. You can give the artifacts to the local museum for prizes. Some areas of the map are inaccessible until you fix them by normal means or through the community center. One such place is the hot spring. It's a pretty big area and has extra character details in it. Yet I've never seen anyone in the town actually there or using it, so I'm not sure if it'll be used or not. If you unlock some achievements, you'll find a hat vendor that sells you specific hats based on what you've unlocked. They all seem to be at the same price of 1,000 coins, and I don't think they have any actual benefits besides looking cool. Overall, this game is extremely detailed and full of secrets waiting for you to find them. It's a pretty typical farming simulator that you'd expect from Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, and Rune Factory. Some parts get tedious, but it's like that due to its genre. I do enjoy playing it even though I constantly wish for rain so I don't have to water my plants. You can easily spend hundreds of hours playing this game. This is partly due to the fact that everything takes a long time to do. My one thought is that I do believe I've seen this game or something extremely similar on the internet before. I know games like these are on the internet for free. Regardless, I know this game has gone under some extreme development and has so much content and story it is worth buying. It isn't really expensive, but you can always buy it on sale if you want. Be warned though, the sales haven't been very large on this game. Probably because it's rather new. You'll only save a few bucks. If you really want to try it out, full price isn't bad at all. So I would say Stardew Valley is worth your time. But what do you think? Do you think it's worth the money when you can find it on the internet for free? What do you think about these types of games in general? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you next time. Is there something you'd like to see featured on Is It Worth It? Let me know in the comments, and I may make an episode for it.